Okay, Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. I'm just east of Hobson Yard, and this is a northbound BNSF train coming off the St. Joe sub and heading into Hobson Yard. 5982 is your leader. This is actually what they call the snow shuttle coming back. These engines were used to shuttle out crews out on the line because there's no taxi service at the moment. So this is the snow shuttle coming back in the Hobson Yard. Rail Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. Hi, Rail Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. That is yard power holding on the one track there. And this is an eastbound BNSF coming out of Hobson Yard. That's what's in the background there. I'm here in Lincoln, Nebraska. And this may too be another loaded coal drag, I'm not sure. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. Let's have a little communication with our guy here. $60, $67, and $91.50 are our liters. And yes, it is a eastbound loaded coal drag. Again, January 27th, 2021. I'm here in Lincoln, Nebraska, bringing you all the action that is going by on their BNSF Transcon line, which this train is on, the St. Joe sub, and unfortunately I forgot the name of the other sub. But Rail Fanning Adventures, rail fanning for those who can't, changing the world one smile at a time. another very long, very slow-moving cold drag. Again, this cold drag is heading east on the Transcon, BNSF Transcon line. It is just full of, I think they're 100-ton hoppers, I'm not sure. Just loaded coal hoppers, moving east. Coal is king and crude is king on BNSF, that's for sure. All right, here we go. Finally, the rear pushing power. As this long eastbound cold drag gets by me, it's 6034. 6034. Alright, Rail Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. I am west of Hobson Yard. This is a eastbound coming out of Hobson Yard and has the green signal to go down the St. Joe's sub right there. So he is coming east and then he will swing south on the St. Joe's sub here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Rail Fanning Adventures, rail fanning for those who can't, changing the world one smile at a time. It is a loaded cold drag with 8525 as your leader. Yes! Yes! Shaving a haircut and I got a response. That's awesome. And these are those the Layton generating station, KCP&L, Kansas City Power Light, SJLP. Different coal cars for you guys. There it is. Here's the one I'm talking about. It's the generating station, the Signet generating station. So this coal is going to a generating station. I believe I actually caught this the other day, empty, going out to be loaded with coal, and now here it comes again, heading south on the St. Joe sub here in Lincoln, Nebraska. generating station. Sydney, I think it is. That's how you say it. Let me see it again, and I'll spell it for everyone, because I really don't know how to pronounce it. LA space CYGNE, generating station. And it has a goose with a lightning bolt on it. That is the emblem on these coal cars. At the end of this southbound coal drag, there's power pushing. Again, this train was coming east and then has swung south onto the start of the St. Joe sub here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Rail fanning adventures. Rail fanning for those who can't. Changing the world one smile at a time. I'm smiling because Scott and Timmy are out today and they're posting videos, and I had a great conversation with Albert Acker, one of my admin, and so yeah, they're winning. They're ahead by 1. Alright, now we're gonna spin this camera to the left and catch the pushing power. Looks like it's 6104. Working hard to get that coal going south. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. Hi, Rail Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. This is an eastbound grain with the Santa Fe War Bonnet leading 662 leading the charge. 662. They could be building a train, I don't know. Looks like it might be grain. We're gonna find out in a minute here as this train heads east on the Transcon line. All right, so that was the 662 War Bonnet leading this Rail Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. I'm here just outside Hobson Yard on the BNSF Transcon line. This is an eastbound loaded coal drag heading east on their Transcon line with coal, because coal is king on BNSF. Besides the crew, they move a lot of coal. A lot of coal. Let me zoom in here, so we don't miss any of the cool cars. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. Rail Fanning for those who can't. Changing the world one smile at a time. And special guest starring on the phone, Amy Bernardin, my lovely wife. There she is. Say hi, Amy, to everybody in Facebook land and YouTube
Hello,
land.
everybody in Facebook land.
Don't forget YouTube.
And YouTube land.
I love you, baby. How's Bella doing? Hey, how's the mattress doing?
It's not as high as I was hoping for.
Is it still doing its thing?
Yeah, but it's low.
Okay. All right. So do we need to sleep on the couch?
Possibly.
All right. So here. All right. All right. My appointment's what? 9:45.
Yeah, we have to be there at 9:30.
At 9:30. Here's what we'll do. You sleep in the chair with your blankets and comfy and pull the dog bed over by you so Bella has somebody to sleep with. I will sleep in my truck tonight and just keep recording trains so that we don't screw up this mattress. And we'll give it the full, whatever, what is it, 24 hours it needs to fully do whatever it does?
Right.
Does that sound like a plan?
Yeah, as long as you're going to set your alarm and not have Bluetooth on and all that.
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. I'm going to turn the Bluetooth off when I hang up the phone with you and put the alarm on. And then I also have to move my location because... Oh, so I met a rail fan here today, too, hon.
Cool.
Yeah, a father and a son, and he was nice enough to come over and start talking to me. and he told me about the how they're called snow shuttles when they're moving crews out by the trains. And he told me the name of the other main line that the Amtrak goes down, and that the only time that the California Zephyr ever went through Hobson Yard was when they had the flooding here in 2016. So I actually have to move over to my other spot and plow through the snow to get there. But that's the spot I'm going to sit in to get the California Zephyr going by this morning. And thank you for reminding me to turn off the Bluetooth and set the alarm so that I can get the California Zephyr, because I need to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why you're the brains of the operation.
I try.
No, you are. You are. I love you so much.
Mm-hmm. I love you too.
I also love choo-choos, honey.
I know.
But not as much as I love you.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually the place to be today. For a little bit, it was very slow, and then it just started moving. But that's how it is in Fremont, too. It slows down, and then, bam, 50 trains, you know? But it has been literally non-stop since I got here. Now. Alright. Did you remember to do the washer to dryer activity?
I did.
Okay, excellent. Alright, so we'll stay off that thing until tomorrow night. You're gonna be all snugly warm on the little couch, because there's definitely not room for the two of us there. And I'll take one for the team and sleep in the truck.
Well, I know that'll be really hard for you since you'll get the rail thing.
It's going to be horrible that I have to sit here and video for our members all the trains that go by all night.
Mm-hmm.
Darn it! Oh, I hate it when this happens. Now, but I mean, if it would have been inflated, I probably would have came home and slept in bed. Because I'm dying to try this new mattress. But, I mean, it says a full 24 hour. Do you remember how big Kimmy's was? Did you ever see Kimmy's?
I don't think I have.
I don't think I went over and looked at it too, but she said it's the greatest mattress she ever had, so
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking forward to it.
Yeah.
But all right, my love. I love you.
I love you.
I will have my phone on, but without the Bluetooth, so you'll have to talk to me on speaker later. Because
Okay.
I'm immediately going to turn the Bluetooth off and set my alarm clock so I don't miss the California Zephyr.
Okie dokie.
Okay? Thank you for reminding me so much, because I need to get this train, honey. It is super important to me. Yeah. I love you.
Awesome. I love you.
Bye, honey.
Bye.
Phone call completed.
All right, and as this loaded coal drag heads east, there's a train right behind it heading west in the Hobson Yard. I'll tell you, it's an empty coal drag heading west. So we got an eastbound loaded coal drag and a westbound empty coal drag. Rail Fanning Adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska. January 27, 2021. Oh, I'm going to have a big video to put out. It's going to be awesome. Alright, and here comes our pushing power on the eastbound cold drag. It is 9277. Grab a quick screen grab of him. And we're going to continue with the westbound cold drag going into Hobson Yard in the background. This is on the Transcon line, BNSF Transcon line. Railfan Adventures, January 27, 2021. Alright, Railfan Adventures, January 27, 2021. And we have a race coming out of Hobson Yard right now. The local is on the right, or Yard Power making a train. And then we have another train that's coming east here, which is 9046, which shall be heading south shortly on the St. Joe line. Yep, another loaded coal drag. Another loaded coal drag. The loaded coal drag is heading south on the St. Joe sub, which starts here just outside Hobson Yard. And then between the cars you can see the Yard Power that is putting together a substantially large manifest train. They gave him a approach medium signal to come out on the main to build his train. Alright, so as this huge loaded cold drag swings south on the St. Joe sub, in the background, the train that's being made in the yard with the yard power is starting to push back into the yard. Alright, and here comes all the power pushing this massive cold drag south on the St. Joe sub. Looks like we got three big boys pushing. Yep, three. 5749, 5640, and 5862. Come on, unblur, damn it. 1697, the BN, I don't know why I can't get this camera unblur. Come on. That is 1697. The Burlington Northern engine. And Brett, there you go, guys. With a westbound empty cold drag going past it. I wish I would have got that. It would have came out, guys, but it was behind this cold drag. We're just going to keep going with the video here because the power for this should be coming.
Incoming call from Amy Bernardin. Home, press U connect.
I'm so excited that I'm going to be interviewed for a newspaper tomorrow about rail fanning.
That is so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how she found me. I clicked the the messenger thing, because, you know, I always have to check, because people send me messages that aren't friends of mine, so it goes into the junk one.
Right.
And I go through there, hon, I get hundreds and hundreds of, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nonstop. The phone doesn't stop, and I don't mind. I try to answer everybody back. I try to email everybody back. I message everybody back. I call them back. But I'm going through, and this one caught my eye, and I'm like, huh. And that's what she said, that she's going to ask me a bunch of questions tomorrow about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah. I am so proud of what I've done with this.
Yeah.
I'm speechless right now, and I'm shocked that, like, news agencies want to talk to me about rail fanning.
Yeah.
Like, that's
awesome.
That's a pretty big deal, right?
Yeah.
On top of that, I'm actually looking at a Burlington Northern engine right now.
Mm-hmm.
It is just to my left. They use it to make trains, and I'm hoping it comes forward again, because it was behind a coal drag that went by, and I couldn't get really good pictures for Brett and Ian, and I need to get this engine, hon. It's one of those, I have to have it.
You're in Lincoln, right?
I am in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Yeah.
It is January 27th, 2021, and this is a westbound empty coal drag going in front of the car, and you are listening to my lovely wife, Amy Bernardin, on the phone with me as I sit here rail fanning for all our members. I'm doing my job.
You are.
Hi, honey. I cried. When I read that, well, you heard. I was so excited I called you.
Yeah.
Because it's a big deal. And I'm gonna ask her to actually mail me a copy of the newspaper article so we can have it framed and put on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's a pretty big deal for me.
Very cool.
Yeah. I thought so. Yeah. So all this time that I spend away from you and Bella, and I'm just sitting here in the truck, you know, waiting for trains, it's paying off, hon.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm so excited.
And you just can't hide it.
I can't hide it. Like, I'm just emotionally, like, boom. Like, that just happened. I can't believe it that, like, somebody from a news agency is reaching out to talk about this.
Yeah.
Like, it is monumental. Babe, who would have thought that 3 years ago when I started this? Ladies and gentlemen, Rail Fanning Adventures, still in Lincoln, Nebraska. And this is a eastbound loaded coal drag making its way through, coming out of Hobson Yard and heading east. Again, this is another coal drag heading east out of Hobson Yard. Rail Fanning Adventures, rail fanning for those who can't, changing the world one smile at a time. January 27th, 2021. there's another eastbound right behind this, slowly making, I don't know if they're building or I don't know what's going on, but there's power actually sitting behind this eastbound coal drag. Find out what's going on shortly, because here comes just power, I believe. I believe it's another snow shuttle, is what they're calling it, where they're running crews out on engines to trains. Alright, so we're gonna hand over here. Back up a little bit to try to catch this 1448 and 1744. This is yard power that's making the train here at Hobson Yard. And we have a westbound approaching. Looks like it might be empty coal. We'll see in a minute here. Rail Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. Alright, here we go with a westbound, maybe empty coal drag, coming into Hobson Yard here in Lincoln, Nebraska. 9748 and 9102, pulling their empty coal cars west into Hobson Yard. Rail Fanning Adventures, Rail Pay for those who can't, January 27th, 2021. Everybody, Rich Bernardin, Rail Fanning Adventures. I am just east of Hobson Yard in Lincoln, Nebraska, and there's some very interesting things that are happening right now. For all of you that don't know, a couple days, like 2 days ago, we had a major storm go through here. It was Winter Storm Nathaniel, and it dumped feet of snow. The farther south in Nebraska you went, the more snow you got. Well, today, Fremont, they shut down the Transcon line because they were hanging girders for a new bridge going over the railway. So I decided to, while Amy was working, decided to drive out to Lincoln, Nebraska. And there is a lot of snow here. I'm actually not able to get to any of my spots I normally would get to because of the amount of snow. So I'm over here by this warehouse, and the father and son, who also joined Rail Fanning Adventures today, were kind enough to talk to me about what's going on. They are running something called snow shuttles here. What snow shuttles are for Burlington Northern Santa Fe is when they put crews in engines and send trains out and then those crews will get off the engine on the other trains because there's no taxis right now. The company that does the taxiing cannot drive in the snow. It is not started to snow yet, but it's supposed to snow pretty heavy tonight here. So I thought that was interesting that they're called snow shuttles, when they basically just send engines out with crews in them. Breaking news alert tone. Yes, yeah. I've never heard of that. I know NS doesn't do that. I know CSX back home doesn't do that. But out here, apparently, they have to do that from time to time because of the amount of snow. They can't drive down the railroad tracks to get to the trains. They can't get out on the sidings. A lot of the roads here in Lincoln, Nebraska are unpassable unless you got four-wheel drive. So it just something I never heard before, and just something I wanted to convey to everybody on Rail Fanning Adventures, that when you are in the Midwest and you hear on the radio the snow shuttle leaving, it's basically just going to be power, 3 or 4 engines with 3 or 4 people in each engine going out to get on other trains, or going to meet trains so that they can get them back to the yard, and vice versa. So check it out. I'm going to be posting. I got one that's being uploaded right now to YouTube for my travels today, and I'm currently recording because we have a westbound empty coal drag going into Hobson Yard. Hobson Yard is right there. And now we have an eastbound grain train coming, which I believe, yeah, this is going east. So let me do my camera so I can get some good pictures. I'm gonna put you guys facing the coal drag right now so I can get pictures. Again, this is the eastbound grain train passing in front of me with 8049 leading, and the second unit is 4279, and there's a crew in that unit, and 7371. There's also people in that unit. So that's how they're shuttling crews out to trains, in trains. Never heard of that. I mean, I know it's happened on NS, like when Troy Sneed got stuck, went outlaw on the Nicholson Bridge, or the Rockville Bridge, and they had to bring him back by train. What we have here is empty grain haulers, or cylinders, heading east right now. You posted the YouTube channel, posted on the group page as well. Yeah. Hey, Alex Merrill, how are you, buddy? Hope everything's good at Stroudsburg Railroad. I miss Stroudsburg. I miss seeing Steambug. I'm hoping this summer to catch the big boy. They're going to run it. Right now it's running out west doing what you call revenue run, revenue service, just to get it moving. I know we're all here for the trains, but I'm jealous of the amount of snow, y'all. Yeah, it only snows here. We don't get rain. We do get ice, though, which sucks. Ice sucks. But, I got a lot of, I mean, I'm literally near 5 Trancon lines, so I get a lot of train action. There goes the power that was pushing that manifest in the background, pushing that empty coal drag. And now we're just grain train alone. Guys, I try to capture everything. Right now, I'm able to get, I'm hurt pretty bad. I'm waiting to go to the doctors and stuff with the knee. I have to go get an MRI and stuff, so I'm unable to do just about anything. So I'm stuck in the car. You know, when me and Amy moved out here, we didn't have enough room to pack any of our TVs, my Xbox or anything. So I don't have a TV at the house, so I really don't have anything to do while Amy is working. So that's why I've been going out and rail fanning. And in fact, after this train goes by and I upload it to my phone, I'll be mashing together another YouTube video, and then I'll be heading home to go be with Amy. I have a primary doctor appointment tomorrow at 9:45 that will hopefully look at my knee and give me the script so I can go get an MRI. The x-ray showed that it's not broken. I didn't break my knee, thank God. It's not broken, but the urgent care doctor I saw said I could have tore the meniscus or the tendon or something like that, or I could have just pulled it and stretched it. They wanted me to go get a pullover brace, but I couldn't find one in Walmart or Walgreens out here that would fit me because I got tree trunks for legs. So I'm gonna have to order one when we get paid again. But so that's what's happening with me. Now back to the trains here. We got an eastbound empty grain train. We had a westbound empty coal drag. I'm sitting outside of Hobson Yard, which is in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is the start of the St. Joe sub. There's another sub that starts here, and then their Transcom line, which this train is on. Lincoln, the city downtown, is to my right or east of here. Hobson Yard is directly to my left and west of here. So that's what's going on, guys. They're doing snow shovels. They're moving crew by train. The young man that was here earlier also said to me that if I waited a little bit longer, I would see the snowplow coming out because they have a lot of snow drifts south of here on the St. Joe sub. So they're going to run this, it's a Jordan spreader. They're going to spread and push snow more away from the tracks. So I was hoping to catch that. I don't know if I will or not. But rail fanning ventures. Rail fanning for those who can't. Changing the world one smile at a time. Hey everybody, thanks for following me. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will put the link somewhere here below. There we go. Put the link for the YouTube channel. There's the link, ladies and gentlemen. Please subscribe. I know there's 1,900 members on here. We're trying desperately to hit that magical number of 1K. Once we do that, there will be a giveaway for everyone on the page. Thanks everybody for following me. I'm trying, guys, to bring you everything I can. Out here we get a lot of trains, a lot of cool fallen flags, a lot of different power. This evening the video I'm uploading right now has the BNSF executive unit on it, and several trains that were moving with cabooses today. BNSF does that a lot with the locals. They run with different cabooses, so check it out. Thanks guys, have a great night. For everybody that's on the camera right now that I'm recording this, I just did a live video to bring everybody up to speed on what's going on down here on the BNSF line. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Please. I'm trying to hit 1K. There's nothing actually pushing this train. It's just empty grain haulers being pulled. There's no unit at the end pushing, which usually there is. Fanning Adventures, January 27th, 2021. I am west of Hobson Yard. This is a eastbound coming out of Hobson Yard and has the green signal to go down the St. Joe's sub right there. So he is coming east and then he will swing south on the St. Joe sub here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Rail Fanning Adventures, Rail Fanning for those who can't, changing the world one smile at a time. It is a loaded coal drag with 85.25 as your leader. Yes! Yes! Shaving the haircut and I got a response. That's awesome. And these are those the Layton generating station, KCP&L, Kansas City Power Light, SJLP. Different coal cars for you guys. There it is. Here's the one I'm talking about. It's the Signet generating station. So this coal is going to a generating station. I believe I actually caught this the other day, empty, going out to be loaded with coal, and now here it comes again, heading south on the St. Joe sub here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Generating station. Lasigny, I think it is. That's how you say it. Let me see it again, and I'll spell it for everyone. I really don't know how to pronounce it. LA space CYGNE, generating station. And it has a goose with a lightning bolt on it. That is the emblem on these coal cars. Alright, at the end of this southbound coal drag, there's power pushing. Again, this train was coming east and then has swung south onto the start of the St. Joseph here in Lincoln, Nebraska. Rail fanning adventures. Rail fanning for those who can't. Changing the world one smile at a time. I'm smiling because Scott and Timmy are out today and they're posting videos, and I had a great conversation with Albert Acker, one of my admin, and so yeah, they're winning. They're ahead by 1. Alright, now we're gonna spin this camera to the left and catch the pushing power. Looks like it's 6104. Working hard to get that coal going south. Rail fanning adventures, Lincoln, Nebraska.